Arizona's second possession begins with Kadeem Carey, who coughs the ball up, and Trevor Riley's there. Scramble for it. Utah's got it. Good in that department this year. Wilson off play action, looking downfield, throwing the wheel out of the backfield. It's John White getting 8 on first and prior to taking over. 2nd down and 2. White gets a first down. It's been a good pressure. 8 men in the box. White trying to bounce away from the box. Down. 2nd down and 2 for the Utes. And it's Wilson keeping it. Fighting forward, trying to get those 2 yards. Lost the ball right as the whistle came. Tremaine Bondurant wrapped him up.
Progress down, that's not something that can be reviewed.
Yeah, end of the play, no question. On 3rd and 1, White out of the eye. It stood up. He'll be right. Toss play. White didn't get it. Arizona's defense, which time they've thrown more. Kadeem Carey on 1st down, bouncing into space. Matt Scott gives him a block, and Kadeem Carey gets down the sideline to the 30.
Game.
Scott fires to his favorite target, Austin Hill, who's got a 1st down. Carey flying up from the secondary.
Inside zone running scheme.
2nd and 6. Scott wants to go downfield. Miscommunication, and it's 3rd down. But a flag down.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense number 9.
Taking a sigh of relief seeing Scott stay in the game after that. Here's Daniel Jenkins with his first.
Last week against Colorado.
2nd and 7. Scott with time. Floating it for Dan Buckner. And Scott. 7 drop into coverage, and the slant is nowhere near Dan. But on
a high school field in California last year.
A short kick that Reggie Dunn will have a shot to take. And Arizona very good
on your offense.
Start this drive with the 13, and Wilson tucking it and taking off. Lunging. 2nd down and a yard, and here's John White with a nice cutback for a 1st down. It's in Arizona on 1st and 10. They bring a linebacker. Levante Christopher was the intended.
That's certainly going to make this offense look a lot different.
Here's a trick play. It's Christopher wide open. Levante Christopher to the 31. Now played him, but back into the fold tonight. They fake the jet sweep, and John White goes between the 2nd and 8. Wilson off a quick throw. Drez Anderson gets dropped by Tremaine. Pressure coming off both edges. Here's John White trying to gas it with a nice cutback. White still on his feet, and it's 1st down. 35 on 1st down. Off play action. Wilson looking and throwing underneath to Jake Murphy. The time under center for 2nd and 6. It's White. Thrown down by Markey. Down in 6 for Utah. Wilson throwing. Williams spins out of the tackle, stays on his feet, and he's close to a 1st down. Try to tie the game with Coleman Peterson. It's a fake! Peterson with a moment of glory! Touchdown, Utah! Arizona respond. Matt Scott's been out of sync through the air. He pulls it off with a zone read and shows good speed to get a 1st down and a gain of 13.
Hoping you keep the football and get around the edge in a hurry.
Here's Carey getting a seam, staying on his feet for close to a 1st down. Scott pulling it. Steps out of the tackle to Trevor Riley for a 1st down. He's in. And Jenkins hits the hole hard. Eric Rowe with a touchdown saving tackle.
He probably should have been a keep on that play, but the result was terrific.
To keep on this play, Scott scampering for the corner, running out of breath, getting drilled out of bounds. The box is loaded. Jenkins inside the foul. In on 2nd down and goal. running hard and reaching close to the goal line.
Maybe he was. That's incredible.
Here's Carey getting to the edge, and a touchdown for Kadeem Carey. Bonanno to add the extra point.
Unusual.
Trying to keep it away from Reggie Dunn, who's got 3 100-yard returns this year. So it's one of the up men and Murphy in Salt Lake City. Utah back to work at the 36. Travis Wilson gets the ball knocked out. Reggie Gilbert swatted it away, and Gilbert is trying to capitalize. Off play action. Scott looking on a wheel. It was taken away, and will throw it away.
That's interesting to be known as that. I've had offensive linemen do it in front of me, but I've never seen quarterback do it that frequently.
Defense discipline. On 3rd and 9, he pumps, he throws, and he's got a first down to Austin Hill.
Richards finds that void between the safety and the corner. You don't have time.
Pressure comes, and Scott keeps it untouched into the Bonanno's extra point. And they will keep it away from him again. Taken by an up man to the 24, and they're willing to give the ball to Utah. Utah crowds, or Arizona crowds the line of scrimmage, and Marquise Flowers' game last week was the worst since 2006. Defense brings pressure, but the offensive line picks it up, and they go under. They drop 8 into coverage, making the freshman look through small windows, and he finds Drez Anderson underneath that coverage for a first. Good night with that confidence. Back to the ground with John White, who has nowhere to go.
Christopher is down. Their downfield guy, if they can find him.
Corner blitz comes. Wilson takes off and lunges by. White with a seam for a first down. Offensive line. Pressure comes on first down. Wilson fires into a tight window.
Defense off the field.
Already 15 touches for him. Wilson looking to throw. Goes underneath for Kenneth Scott on the top. Off play action, wide open man, it's Jake Murphy. Jake Murphy cuts back for a touchdown. Peterson is ready to kick this extra point, and Utah is within a few. Another good kick that'll be brought out from 5 yards deep. Utah's coverage team is there. Tough one against Stanford right now. On first down, it's Kadeem Carey, and Carey gets 17 yards.
That's a give read up the middle. Carey finishes it off.
Give read this time as well. Brian Blecken up from the defensive end or edge defender. Scott with time. Diving reception is made by
Matt Scott's pass ability on that play.
Carey runs into traffic. Utah's run deep. One-on-one coverage across the board. Scott trying to look over the top of it. It's Hill, and it's broken up by Eric Rowe. They twist up front. Hill adjusts, spins his way for a first down. From the 41, Scott off his back foot. Buckner, 2nd and 10. Second and 10, short roll. Scott on time and on target. It's Garrick Wharton for a first. Jenkins, nice cutback. Brian Blecken holds on.
Cast.
2nd down and 3. Scott over the middle. It's Austin Hill again, and it's
formation.
Fumble. Utah football. Wilson gives to White. He's tracked down by Marquis, tackle in the country, and potentially the #1 pick. Here's a short kick taken by Carl Williams, and John White already his 17th touch of the day. Sione Tuialamaka bound. Have been better. On 2nd and 8, they bring a linebacker. Wilson taking a shot downfield, and it's incomplete. Looking for the tries to stay perfect down the stretch to become bowl eligible. On 3rd down, it's Drez Anderson getting tackled by Richardson 2 yards short. This punt, first one of the day for Utah. Sean Selwood sends it away. And Arizona will begin at the 20. And looking to throw on time to Garrick Wharton. Second time they've had that play. There's a flag that comes.
Pass interference. Offense number 29.
Scott went the wrong way with a handoff, then ran right into the yard. Where the free safety, Eric Rowe, is 20 yards downfield. Scott is pressured and dropped. Right at the line is. And they play it cautiously, but busted. Carey slips down, and he's short of the. Ganzik to send it away to Charles Henderson. Henderson last week fumbled a punt return when Utah was within 3. Play action for Wilson, who's got time. Floating it for Anderson. First down to the 39 against this. John White with his 18th touch of the day. The box is loaded for Arizona. White runs right through it. First down, still going to the 24. From the 24, off play action, quickly into the flats for Carl Williams, who's got his set 14 and 19. Second down and 6. White, trick play coming. Drez Anderson, blockers in front. Anderson coughs it up. Who got back on top? Pressure comes. Wilson pumps, lets it fly. End zone and incomplete. Here he comes in motion. John White. Here to be third down. 3rd and 7. Setting up the screen. Anderson is popped. And
Closer down in there deep.
Is from 25. Back to work at the 25. Scott pumps one way, comes back to the near side and underthrows Austin. So back to the ground. Carey had a bit of a seam, but it closed in a hurry. A lot of room in the middle of the field, but they go to the outside for Kadeem Carey, who hurdles his way short. And a rainy night, ball security that much more difficult. Line drive punt right to him. Henderson runs into his own man and then spins free to the 30. From the 34, Wilson gets back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 9. Screen play for Scott. Back into the teeth of the defense. And Arizona brings 6. Steps into traffic. Veteran throw.
Accurate pass at the other end. Good work.
John White bounce into the outside. So Richardson gets him down, but now
3rd and long situation, just like he did on the play before.
In a hurry. Perfectly timed. Luke Matthews playing on his
second position.
Here's White. Flag down. Richardson with his 3rd straight.
Offense number 73.
4. First down and 20, trying to get a chunk back with White, who spins into Jake Fisher. Of making throws when it's clear that you're going to be throwing. One-on-one coverage. End zone. Touchdown. Devontae Christopher from 36. Utah leads. Coleman Peterson disappeared from this offense. Back into the fold with a big play on his senior night. Kadeem Carey slammed down by the empty set. Scott's pressure and throws it away. 3rd down and 11. Here comes Utah. Scott rolling out and throwing for a first down. It's Austin Hill who's been there.
Substitution. Defense. 12 men on the field. The penalties declined.
Drive extended. Back to Carey, who's got room. Kadeem Carey skis his way to the 4. Press man coverage on the edge, throwing the wheel route. Hill couldn't pull it in. 7 in the box. They run right at it. Offensive line gets the job done. Kadeem Carey with a first down to the 30. Tackles. Right back at him with Jenkins. Some tough running for him. Off play action. Scott On time to Buckner for a first.
Deep and then just breaking the route off quickly.
Jenkins with a head of steam. Down to the... Back to Jenkins. Instead, it's Scott with a pull read, and Scott is close to a first down.
Right now.
Jenkins didn't get
a foul. Hands to the face. Defense number 92.
It's a good call. I think that's a penalty.
First down and goal. Jenkins squirting free for a touchdown. John Bonanno to tie the game. 24. Tying the game at 24. Reggie Dunn has returned just one in this game, but he's had an impact. And the penalty not been called. Drive begins with John White, who moves over 100 yards on the night with a violent finish to the run. The senior now. Back-to-back carries to begin this drive for John White, who slips on that wet. Third down and 6. Arizona dropping 8. So small windows, and it's almost intercepted. Sean Willett. It's a fake. Bobbled and caught but short. Marquise Flowers. A touchdown in the first quarter. Arizona takes over. Kadeem Carey trying to make them pay. Carey sets up first down to the 20. First down to the 21. They run it right into pressure. Matt Scott bounces away from it. Eric Rowe runs over to get 14 consecutive trips with a score. Scott throwing the fade, looking for the lead. Dan Buckner can't get it. Third down.
Man coverage. There's a lot of room.
Short roll, sets the shoulders, fires a strike. It's Hill. Arizona lead
to the edge.
Bonanno is extra.
He's upstairs.
Yeah, they're usually right. Up man takes it. Utah will have good field position at the 3rd. Awards, December 6th down at Disney on ESPNU. Here's a quick throw. And boy, Derek Rainey was ready. Wilson on the money. Devontae Chris. White takes the fake. Wilson steps out of pressure. Running out of time. And got rid of it. White straight ahead. And it's going to be 3rd and 7. 3rd down and 7. Wilson tucked it too soon. Gave up on the pocket, and Utah's got a punt. Sean Willett is deep. Willett comes up to get it without a fair catch. That is run for 280 yards. Will now try to grind some clock with Kadeem Carey getting 5 on first. Scott pulls it. Blecken can't get him. Scott with a first down. Defenses in the lane. Back to the ground with Carey. Spins out of initial contact, but doesn't get anything. Up by a touchdown. 6:40 to go. Carey finding his seam. Trevor Riley finding him and driving. Scott sets the shoulders. 4th down. Reggie. And that punt pinned right down at the 5 without a road win. The true freshman in this offense back to work with a trick play down the middle. Christopher can't get to it. 2nd. 7 load into the box. Wilson underneath, not much. Jared Tevis, a formula for wins for the Utes. They drop into coverage. Finds an opening. First down right back. So on first down, they run it. John White trying to get the corner. John White gets... It's back to White. This time a wall of white shirts, and once again Arizona drops 8. Batted down at the line of scrimmage by Dan Pitt. 8-man coverage. Underneath, but short it appears to Kenneth Scott. It's a moot point now. Here's Carey. Kadeem Carey. All the way down. Which has just one timeout. Back to Carey. Body slam. Scott pulls it. Rowe runs him down, and it's 3rd and goal. It's Carey, and it's 4th down and goal. Jason Whittingham. And Arizona lead ball. And as they've done all night, they will chip it high into the air. Dunn with a chance on this one from the 15. Dunn brings it back to the 40. Enough. Cover 4 from Arizona, playing back, but they've got an opening on the wheel. This is John White. And John White takes it all the way to the 3rd round.
Very well executed.
Wilson throwing out of bounds. Well, even if they had gotten the field goal they just got, being Arizona, it'd be a 1-touchdown game. White was open again on the wheel, but Drez Anderson is open as well. But it's a 1st down and needed Arizona defense just trying to hang on. Well, Anderson underneath. And kind of Scott underneath, and that is not the play they needed. Lose 20 seconds on that one play. Wilson having a look to the end zone for Kenneth Scott. Looking back to that wheel, this time it's covered well, so Thomas Jackson dives